Barrel House and Abrams and some people, but everybody wanted to make it shorter, and we were like, no. Then we found Bazillion Points, and if you're a fan of metal, you know all about them. They did the Encyclopedia of Heavy Metal, the Heavy Metal Cookbook, the Hellhammer book. And we were like, well, this is punk, rock, independent music, and they were like, it doesn't matter. Make it as long as you want. They got good distribution, so here it is. It's like a murder weapon. If you hit somebody just right, they're dead. So anyway, I can like answer any questions you might have. As you know, I have a long history. A lot of my ex-friends, like Henry and Ian Danzig, and Ian Mackay. Ian Mackay is still a current friend, but they were kind enough. Not Danzig. The fucking asshole didn't respond. He's such an ass. I hope nobody's like a big fan in here, but accused me of bootlegging his records, and he's like delusional anyway. But Henry, who I've had a lot of problems with over the years, he'll never pass up a chance to self-aggrandize and write. So Henry has a thing in here. And Ian and like Henry Owings, this gentleman asked me, why Henry Owings from Chunklet? Hey, we needed to bridge the gap. A bunch of 50-year-old people, you know, we needed somebody, what is he, 30s?
Yeah,
40?
36.
Yeah, so Keith Morris from the currently ragingly hot band Off was kind enough to write something. The only bummer about this book is we had we had Meatmen cartoons, Meatmen comics, which you've probably seen, and the Bazooka Morris series, which we had to delete because the asshole Brian Pollack, who was my friend, I thought, and I actually was the only person that I offered money to have his stuff included in here. And he lawyered up on me, and he demanded that we take it out. And these were funny. They were like the Bazooka comics, but it was Keith Morris. It's like, I don't need to drink so much beer, and he throws the beer in the trash can, and then the next frame is, yes, I do, and he's sitting in the trash can drinking. Just silly stuff. But anyway, we filled those holes with some period stuff, and here it is. Let me just read a little bit of my reminiscence. Let me see what's a good thing. I mean, we were fans of music, and those of you that are younger don't quite understand the old analog method of getting information. Letter writing, long trips in the car to record stores, networking with people. Ian Mackay has the best memory and the best. He just understands how it all went down, how these little disparate pockets of hardcore and independent music sort of sprouted, and how everybody sort of connected the dots and got together. And sadly, that will never really happen again because of the internet age. The internet is great for self-promotion, but it's not so great for allowing a scene to sort of percolate and become what it is. I mean, Steve Miller tells a story about reading a review in here of the Birthday Party first record, and he like couldn't find the record for 6 months. Well, in that 6 months, he was like obsessing on it. Like nowadays, it's unheard of. I mean, one click and you've listened to it, you're tired of it, and you've filed it away in your iTunes. Back then, it was like a labor of love, and it's kind of hard to describe, but that's how we felt. I felt like it was like you were standing in one of those glass boxes with the money flying, and you're trying to grab it, but it was 45s. I mean, literally tens of thousands of independent 45s. Some was, 50, 20, 100. And somehow we got our hands on them and reviewed them in here. There's a guy in Lansing that's attempting to find every record and put it in a file, but good luck with that. Some of this shit was so obscure that we just like, it was like hardly any of these. I'm going to say this is the greatest record ever, just to fuck with people. So then people would be like, where do I get that Self-Control EP? I can't find it anywhere. So I got one, I'll sell you. My first fanzine was the 999 Times. The 999 was like one of the great, they were great. They were like all the UK bands were like corporate. They were on Sire, I don't know, whatever. But I just loved them, so that was my first attempt at writing a zine, and it's in here. And I was totally inspired by Slash magazine from LA, and I was a student at Michigan State, and I'm majoring in English and elementary education, and I just like had to write about the music. I felt like someone's got to write about this shit, because there are magazines out there, but nobody. We kind of gave it our own bent, kind of really. I look back and we were like really pompous and arrogant, kind of like, this is it, fuck you. We passed judgment on a record, and I kind of look back and like, that's pretty cool that we were that confident at age 24 to write about in that style. I mean, I can't remember the first time I heard the Black Flag Nervous Breakdown. Dave, my partner in crime, called me, "You gotta get over here," and he had gotten this little cardboard mailer that someone had taken the time to like totally day glow paint it, and then like from SST Records, and he put the needle down and like that, and it was just like, holy shit. And so we, I don't know, we didn't break Black Flag, but we were there at the beginning, and looking back, we pretty much had good taste. Well, I'll qualify that. There's some Ultravox and some Simple Minds in there, but I was 24. You get more clam at the Ultravox show than you do at the fucking hardcore show, so you gotta do what you gotta do. So, anyway, let me see what I can read.